And we're back with the coating phase. Once again, we're using Underdog Light, which is up to a 5-year coating under ideal conditions. What you're gonna need are 3 towels, 1, 2, 3. Initial level, medium, and then final wipe. Very important. 2 gloves. I use nitrile gloves. Also use the auto fiber saber pads. These have a liner inside of them that prevents the coating from soaking into the foam. The Underdog foam pads have a liner as well. You can use those as well. We have washed the vehicle with Underdog soap to try and strip as much wax as possible, any tar, grease, things like that. We use the Underdog WSP, which is this water spot remover. We brought it inside. We did a clay bar on the entire vehicle using a mix of ONR and water with a just generic MTCC clay bar. We did a one-step polish on the vehicle. It is a lighter color. The customer opted in for a light polish to remove the swirl marks, bring the gloss to shine back, keep the heavier scratches in. Just because the color is lighter, you won't be able to see it. We did a compounded polish on the B-pillars, as that's one of the key features right at eye level. And we did a panel prep using Meg's M122 surface prep. 2 towels, standard. So there's a lot of talk about how long you should wait for the Underdog Light or Pro coating. It varies based on where you are. A couple factors that affect it. Where you are based on the temperature. Humidity. We believe that the humidity affects it the most, so we've got a range of anywhere between 7 to 15 minutes. Some in the winter time have experienced up to 20-minute flash time, which is fantastic. But as the summer heats up, you want to knock that down. And the way that we've developed and perfected it, in a sense, is starting out with the 7-minute timer. With the 7-minute timer is what we're going to use today. We have about a 32% humidity and about 76 degrees. So I've got an AC in here and a dehumidifier that I run. I'm in my garage. What we're going to do is show you a little bit about how I apply the coating to one panel. The way that I like to apply the coating varies based on vehicle and truck size. On sedans and medium-sized SUVs, I like to apply the entire vehicle and then remember where I started and kind of work my way in the same pattern. On larger trucks such as this, I usually break it down into rear section, which is the tailgate, and then the cabin on both sides, and then the front section, due to the grills being a little bit more complex and requiring additional time. We're gonna do just this little section right here for you, just to kind of show you how many drops I use and the process that I use to apply. So we'll go ahead and get started. Go ahead and put on the gloves, very important. Any type of coating has harsh chemical for skin. Now, another important question is, how much coating will I need? One bottle such as this should do this vehicle. You shouldn't need 2. 1 bottle per large vehicle is what I account for. That is painted surfaces. It's going to be the front windshield, the wheel faces, headlights, taillights, and possibly trim, depending on how much trim is there. That's my package that includes, and I use about one full bottle. So we're gonna open it. Now, when I start to do the pads, I use a good amount, so I don't count. That's about what I do to start with. My process is always to start on the edges, all the way around the edge. I find that that's what's missed the most, so I take that out of the equation. A lot of people sometimes use circular motions. I like to start at the edges and then go in up and down and side to side. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. It doesn't matter, the stuff is so cheap. you don't have to count drops with it. So we're gonna start here, the tail light here, at the top. All the way around the edge, around the trim, around the tail light. And then I just start from top to bottom. About halfway through, I'll add a little bit more, and I use a lot. Go back and forth. I like to overlap about 50%. So we started at 10:31. We'll set a 7-minute timer to begin. And I go over an area about 3 times altogether. Ensure coverage. Add a little bit more. And I'll cover the tail light as well. Now, trim now. This customer used tire shine that's slung in on the trim, so I don't expect too long of a life as it absorbs and stains the trim. Alright, I believe everything is covered. It doesn't hurt to go back over it as it's a slow cure. Okay, we're gonna wait the 7 minutes and we'll be back. All right, we're back after the 7-minute mark using our 3-towel method. What you want to do is test by dragging without any pressure to see if it catches or if it comes off very smoothly. So I feel it's a little bit too smooth, too easy to come off because I have water humidity at 30%. So I'm gonna wait another 2 minutes and repeat. All right, 2 more minutes are up. We're gonna test again. Do a slow drag. I do feel the product on there now. Very, very light grab, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick wipe with the initial leveling towel. Doesn't have to be precise, that's why we have 3. Started the corners again, just like you did initially. Very important to use your fingers to go into, such as this, the cracks and the contours of the body. Also very important that when the panels connect, you want to overlap as you remove it, because it's natural that you would touch the other panel a little bit, especially when you're doing multiple doors, if you're doing a door at a time. Or in my case, I need to ensure that the tailgate, I touched the tailgate even though I didn't mean to. I probably ended up touching the tailgate a bit. Prevent high spots around the emblems. Okay, first towel, second towel, just repeat. Let it touch every contour, curve. Okay. Second wipe is good. Now the final wipe, I've got 2 yellow ones, so one is short ply, one is long ply. The short ply is going to be the last one. That's how I'm going to keep track of them. All right, and we're done. So normally I would have done the entire section, but for this video I only did this section. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side plus the tailgate. And as discussed, we're gonna do the entire center cabin, including the windshield, and then the front clip fender, both fenders, hood, and the front grille because it's so complex. Wheels we're gonna leave for tomorrow because I'm out of time for the night. Hopefully you were able to get some tips. If you have any questions, comment down below.